Welcome back to my channel. No, I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers. Make sure you like and subscribe. No, that's at the end.
Yeah, that's at the end.
Oh, anyway. So today we are talking about something that I don't know, like I agree with, don't agree with at the same time. I keep on seeing this meme going by. A lot of people are posting it saying that like the quarantine or self isolation or quarantine is not a productivity contest. And we're going to talk about that today. So, we both have some different opinions on that. I think a lot of people would just, if you've had any kind of conversation with me, you would kind of guess, you can probably guess what I think. I think that when it comes to people who are saying that it's not a productivity contest, I understand that, but I think those same people will let any kind of excuse or any kind of adversity stop them from really pushing towards whatever their goal is. I mean, like if you have a goal that literally needs action or some sort of productivity, then what better time than now that you're sitting at home, can't go anywhere, and you're on unemployment to actually take steps towards what you want?
Okay. So I kind of see where people are, like what they mean by that it's not a contest, because like what is productivity, right? Like productivity is very subjective, and I think that it means different things to different people. And also, as Americans, our culture is very, like puts a huge emphasis on like being productive and commoditizing our time, ourselves, our output, in comparison to a lot of other cultures that we see where they're more focused on health and happiness and family and friendship and love. Which way is the right way? I don't think there's a right or wrong, but I do think that whatever productivity means to you in this time is what's important. So maybe that is working on your side hustle, or maybe that's binging something on Netflix, because in order to be productive in your life, you need to maintain your mental health.
Yeah. I just feel like the same people who are seeing that meme and they're like, yeah, that's right. They would let anything keep them from it. And now they're seeing validation to be like, I'm definitely taking the dickhead angle on this, where I think that, like, everything is our fault. Everything is we're the only people in our way from keeping us from what we want. And if you are given a blessing of time and you can get through the whatever, I mean, yes, some people can't pay rent. Some people can't figure out, they don't even know how they're going to eat. I'm definitely not talking to those people, because being productive is, for them, might be to fill out the unemployment,
right,
to, okay, let's say you got denied, to figure out a way to actually get, make a living right now, because doing nothing is not necessarily the answer.
Right.
The people I'm talking to are the people who are like always talking about what they're going to do,
mm-hmm,
but never actually taking any steps to do it.
Right.
And
so like the people that want credit for like the idea,
yeah,
this is the action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So people who want to talk about it and talk about what they're going to do, but then never actually put any kind of effort into doing the thing.
Right.
I mean, I would be saying that to them whether it was a quarantine or whether it wasn't.
It's fair.
Is it?
I mean, when you put it that way, I feel like, yeah, you're talking about the people who are using that as an excuse. I'm talking about the people who are maybe consciously making that decision, like, yeah, I could start a side hustle, or I could start a project right now, or I could do this. Or I could take care of my mental health and my body physically. Maybe for me that means working out. Like those people who are making that conscious choice, not those people who are just like sitting around and saying, oh, there's this whole subset of people now that think, I don't have to be productive, so check.
I definitely understand what you're saying. I think those people who are sitting there saying that, I don't have to be productive, I think first week they're like, cool, I'm working from home, this is great.
Right.
That week you should have been looking for jobs,
right,
looking for a way to keep yourself safe in this time. Because if your business that you work for, let's say you're IT support, and the core business is doing something like, I don't know, airlines, There's no IT to support on that mass level when they're not doing what's actually making the money on the mass scale they have been. So then week 2, more people started getting laid off. Week 3, more people started getting laid off. If you had found out, like if you had realized like that's definitely something, just because you were safe one week does not mean you're safe the next week. So like I kind of went on a whole different tangent. Maybe this should be a different video, but
Right.
I guess it's too late now for a lot of people. But it's like you should have been thinking ahead.
Yeah.
And I think the same language of the quarantine not being a productivity contest, in that same mindset is what is having all these people be blindsided by what is happening. I think I spent 2 or 3 hours feeling dismal about all of this, and then you and Amir got me out of it quick.
Right.
But now, what I was feeling then, people are starting to feel because it's slowly starting to happen to them.
Yeah.
I think that we all just need to evaluate what we want from life,
Right.
evaluate what our real goals are, what our real vision is, and productivity, I think, is taking steps to get that. So in some ways, life is a productivity contest, and people who decide not to participate, it's not like they can just choose not to play the game. It's just a game that's going to happen regardless. But then if they're choosing not to participate in that productivity of life, they are just choosing to let life happen to them.
Yeah.
And then they complain.
Well said.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, you could be like me and just start a wreath making business.
So I'm glad you brought up the wreaths. We've had at our old place. Well, we moved in December, Christmas time, right? We had our old place for years, and after Christmas, like maybe 4 years ago, she left the Christmas wreath up, and here we are in our new place. Our Christmas wreath is still up. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make an all seasons wreath." I thought that was an all seasons wreath. That's why you leave it up there, every single 365. But no, I guess this is a spring wreath.
Let me explain. Number 1, how often do you look at your own front door? Not very. I forget that it's there. Number 2, I like wreaths. So it doesn't bother
She
me.
doesn't have a reason. She does not have a reason. There's no good reason here.
Anyway,
Long story short, this is the longest vlog you'll ever watch of mine. If you made it somehow to the end, DM me and I'll give you a code to get some Crate merch, 10% off.